This is the Kia EV3, and it feels like a big moment in the development of electric cars because not only is it roughly the size of a Volkswagen Golf, it's the same price as one too. And it does that without any compromise on battery size or range. So what's the catch? The EV3 gets to near price and spec parity with a 2-litre TDI Golf without skimping on battery capacity. Your 32995 gets you a 58 kilowatt-hour battery with 267 miles of range in base but seriously well-equipped air trim. An extra £3,000 gets you an 81 kilowatt-hour battery with 372 miles of range, also in air trim and tested here. It is boldly styled on the outside and looks like a shrunken Kia EV9. Entirely a compliment, as that is one of the most recognisable and visually interesting cars on sale today. On the tape measure, it is ever so slightly bigger than a Golf, as well as more conventional electric rivals like the Volvo EX30. There kind of isn't a catch. That's the thing about the EV3. It's just a really nice car to drive. All the control weights fall really nicely to hand. The steering feel is good. The acceleration is good. A lot of electric cars kind of give you too much power, but the EV3 isn't one of those cars. It's really well judged in this single motor form. A single motor powers the front wheels and has 201 brake horsepower and 209 pound-foot of torque. This is the sole motor option offered at launch, but dual motor versions will come with all-wheel drive, including a range-topping GT model with a 194 brake horsepower motor at the front and a 101 brake horsepower motor at the rear. These won't launch until around 2026 in the UK. The ride is good. It's on Korean spec, so quite softly sprung, bit Citroen-like, and we're told that the spring rates will be changed in the UK, but there's no howlers in here, nothing to set alarm bells ringing. Haven't been able to test the handling really on these test roads, lots of long straight roads. Not found anything too exciting here in Korea, but it's just a nice car. I like the interior. There's a nice modernity to it, interesting colours and material choices, lots of recycled materials in here as well, and there's a QR code on the dashboard that if you scan it you can check out more of the car's eco-credentials as well. The steering's nicely weighted and the car's more compact dimensions make it good around town, and it feels really nippy there. While visibility is partly obscured by large pillars fore and aft, the reversing camera works well and the blind spot monitoring system is a good one for lane changes. One of the new features on this car is the iPedal, latest development of it, and it's 4 different levels of regen, whereas before the regen would be quite crude, on, off, or almost like a gear effect to it. This time it will bring the car to a halt on different levels of kind of stiffness and reaction. So it allows for one pedal driving, but with much more flexibility. Just works quite nicely. Really well resolved, and a car that in the combustion era, if you don't know what car did you buy a Golf. Could be in the electric era, what car do you buy? I don't know, buy an EV3, because it kind of ticks so many boxes without the caveat of, oh, but it's expensive, or oh, it's not got the biggest range. On the test here, we're seeing an indicated range of around 350 miles in this long range version. That's as good as anything out there. The range is displayed as a minimum and maximum figure, along with a best guess estimate, handy for knowing if you can eke out more range with recuperation-friendly city miles to come versus extended motorway cruises that will hurt the range. The maximum charging speed is down on rivals at 128 kilowatts, however. Still, on this early evidence, Kia looks to have produced one of the best electric cars yet, and has done so without a price penalty over similarly sized and equipped internal combustion engine models. It looks great and drives nicely too, plus its range and efficiency could prove to be class leading. Generous standard equipment levels are another tick. So what is the catch of the EV3? It doesn't really seem to have one. It's just a good car for a good price that happens to be electric.